Giovanni's Journey to Learn English. Hello, my name is Giovanni, and I am 27 years old. I come from a small, beautiful town in Italy, surrounded by rolling hills and vineyards. I love my country and its rich culture, delicious food, and warm people. However, something exciting and life-changing happened to me. I got a job offer in America. Can you believe it? When I received the news, I was so happy and excited. It was a dream come true to work in a big international company and experience a new culture. But there was one problem. I didn't know much English. In Italy, we speak Italian, and although I had learned a few English words in school, like hello, thank you, and goodbye, I was far from fluent. I knew that if I was going to live and work in America, I needed to learn a lot more English, and quickly. At first, the idea of learning English felt a little scary. It seemed like such a big task. But I reminded myself why I wanted to do this. Learning English wasn't just about my job. It was also about connecting with new people, exploring a new world, and growing as a person. I decided to take on the challenge with determination and an open mind. The first thing I did was buy some English books for beginners. I found books with colorful pictures and simple words. The very first sentence I read was, "Hello. My name is." I smiled and repeated, "Hello. My name is Giovanni." It felt strange to hear myself speaking in a different language, but it also felt exciting. I thought, this is the beginning of a new adventure. To help me practice, I also looked for videos online that teach English. I found videos made especially for beginners, with teachers who spoke slowly and used easy words. The videos would show pictures of objects and say words like cat, dog, and apple. I repeated the words after the teacher, trying to copy the sounds exactly. At first, it was a little hard to get the pronunciation right, but I didn't give up. I also discovered songs in English. I started listening to simple songs for kids, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Singing along helped me learn new words and practice how they sounded. I felt like a child again, but it was fun and helpful. Every day, I made time to practice. I set small goals for myself, like learning 5 new words or practicing one sentence. I started focusing on words and phrases that I would need for my job, such as office, computer, team, and meeting. I wrote the words down in a notebook and practiced saying them out loud. To make learning fun, I created flashcards with English words on one side and Italian translations on the other. I would quiz myself, and each time I got a word right, I felt a little more confident. I also practiced with my family. At dinner, I would say, "Hello, how are you?" in English. My mom and dad would smile and answer back in Italian. They didn't know English, but they were very supportive. My younger sister thought it was funny and started teasing me, pretending to speak English too. It made learning more enjoyable. Finally, the big day arrived. I packed my bags and said goodbye to my family and friends. As I boarded the plane to America, I felt a mix of emotions. Excitement, nervousness, and hope. When I arrived, everything felt new and different. The streets were wider, the buildings were taller, and people were speaking English everywhere. At first, it was hard to understand what people were saying. They spoke so quickly, and I had to focus hard to catch even a few words. But I reminded myself that I was here to learn, and I didn't need to be perfect right away. At my new job, everyone was very welcoming. My boss greeted me on the first day and said, "Welcome, Giovanni. We're happy to have you here." I smiled and replied, "Thank you. I am happy to be here." He gave me a thumbs up and said I was doing great. Each day at work, I learned new words and phrases. I wrote down anything I didn't understand and looked it up later. Words like deadline, presentation, and report became part of my daily vocabulary. My coworkers were very kind and patient. If I didn't understand something, they would explain it in simple English. One day, I had to give a short presentation about a project I was working on. I was very nervous, but I prepared carefully. I practiced my sentences over and over until I felt confident. When the day came, I stood in front of my team and said, "Hello, everyone. Today, I will talk about our project." I spoke slowly and clearly. When I finished, my coworkers clapped and said, "Good job, Giovanni." I felt so proud of myself. Outside of work, I started making new friends. My coworkers invited me to join them for lunch, and we would go to different restaurants. I practiced my English while we talked about our day. I learned words like menu, restaurant, delicious, and even check please. Each meal was a chance to improve my speaking skills and learn about American culture. I also explored the city on my own. I visited parks, museums, and coffee shops. When I needed help, I would ask people questions in English, like "Excuse me, where is the train station?" Or, "Can you help me find this street?" Most people were friendly and happy to help, and each conversation gave me more confidence. As the months went by, my English improved a lot. I could understand more of what people were saying, and I felt more comfortable speaking. I started to joke with my coworkers, and we laughed together during lunch breaks. One day, I called my parents in Italy and spoke to them in English for fun. My dad laughed and said, "Giovanni, you sound like an American now." It made me happy to see how much progress I had made. Now, I feel much more confident in my English skills. I can communicate at work, make friends, and explore my new home without feeling nervous. Learning English was not easy, but it was worth every effort. It opened up a new world for me and helped me grow as a person. Thank you for reading my story. I hope it inspires you to take on your own challenges and never give up, no matter how hard they may seem. If I can do it, so can you.